Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, The Awakening Star. I am the Oracle. Now, I'm super excited to do the reading today. I've had lots of communication and feelings from beyond the veil. So I got this call to do this extra reading this month. Instead of sticking to my usual with the new and full moon. And I think that's obviously because it's now spooky season and the veils are lifting. So I'm going to go into space today with some Palo Santo. I've also got some California white sage burning by the side of me also. I don't have anything particularly cosmic with me today. And I think that is because it's mainly going to be spirit that wants to come and speak today. I do have some hematite, some black obsidian, and also this gorgeous bloodstone. And I think the bloodstone's really relevant for this reading. Bloodstone's really good for cleansing toxins from the blood. But I was given the impression that some of you have been clearing toxic relationships and toxic people out of your life, and your ancestors and your guides just want to say a big congratulations to that. Bloodstone's also great for mindfulness and for stimulating creativity and inspiration, so that might be an energy that you've been wanting to tap into. So know that just by watching this reading you are gaining that information from that bloodstone. What else did I want to say about that stone? It's good for relating to patience, and if you have particularly a troublesome time with aggression or irritability, it also helps stabilize that as well. So maybe you've been getting a handle on your impatience or your aggression, and that is something that your ancestors and guides want to highlight as a big thank you and well done for transmuting that energy. Yeah, that feels like a really strong message. I've also brought in my Mr. Acorn today, who I love so much. So maybe that's relevant for someone too. He reminds me of Oakley Doke, Mr. Oaky, whatever that animation used to be. I used to love that stop motion animation. Okie Doke, I think it was called. That's what it reminds me of. So it always makes me really happy when I feel called to bring him in. But I'm waffling. I think it's because I'm excited. So take a minute to pick your pile, and I will go ahead with pile number 1. Hello, hello, pile 1. This is your reading. I have brought a rune into space with me today as well. This is the rune of Manas, which represents man. So this rune represents humanity, mankind, identity, morals, values, relationships, communication, and yeah, being cooperative with others is the main meaning of this rune. So obviously all of those things are going to be relevant to you. But let's see what messages you have beyond the veil. The first card I've got for you is Keter with the crown, spirituality in reverse. The second card is handfasting and union. Prosperity is also in reverse. Scrying mirror and projection. And the final card I've got for you is I keep the waters pure. I feel like a lot of these cards have come out in my readings previous, so I feel like you are a returning customer. Pile number 1. I am going to just grab the guidebook for the Angelarium card. I'm feeling called to do that today. Just bear with me whilst I find Keter. Okay, it's a bit of a long one. Kete, the crown, spirituality, the first emanation, the first utterance, the font of energy throughout which Ensof emanates into the universe. The crown sits above the head and embodies that which is beyond all our comprehension. One must envision Kete not as an object, but can be the perceived, but as the light that is cast upon it. Kete's light is beyond knowability, a timeless expanse of pure consciousness. Only through respect for our own limitations do we begin to see the shadow of itself. It is the dark orb beyond which lies the infinite, at the highest point of the tree. All continuums cascade downward from it. Keter stands in contrast to Malkuth, who rests at the very bottom of the tree. The span that lies between them measures the complete distance from the most spiritual to the most physical aspects of our existence. Journeying downward from this point, all other emanations become increasingly close to our present experience, found in spirituality, a spiritual epiphany, faith, and humility. So the way that these Angelarium cards work is that they work with the tree of life. So the first emanation is what you have here, which is Keter, which, as I stated before, is all about spiritual. I'm going to go with a spiritual awakening, but this is in reverse. So I think that some of you have been ignoring the call beyond the veil, pile number 1. I think that some of you perhaps were really focused on your monetary values at some point in your lifetime. And I think you've realized that to have a true experience of life that is full, you really need to bring the soul and the spirit into alignment with everything that you do. And I think that's what you're coming into an understanding of. I think your guides from across the veil have been pushing this forward to you. And you've been keeping your waters pure. I think something happened where you might have lost a substantial amount of money. That's only going to resonate for some of you. But if it's not a substantial amount of money, I don't know, you might have lost your house, your place of living. You might have... you might have just had to put out a lot of money that you weren't expecting. So the money that you did have, you lost it. And that forced you to take a look at yourself and how you were living your life, and understanding that perhaps you weren't keeping your waters pure, whatever that might mean to you. You might have been suffering with aggression, with irritability, with an addiction for some of you. And I think a lot of you out there were projecting a lot out onto other people instead of taking stock of your own self and understanding that perhaps your own actions were making troublesome situations in your life. Pile number 1. And this isn't a message to drag you. This is a message just to remind you of how far you've come, you know. And I think that you are at the state now where you are ready to receive. You are ready to receive spiritual enlightenment. You want to receive this. You are desperate to feel beyond the veil. And for some of you during this October, you are going to receive those messages that you've so been desperately craving. For some of you, this means that your finances are going to increase. And for others, I'm hearing that it is a relationship that you've been wanting to either get better or come into alignment for you. And because you have gotten your waters pure, pile number 1, you are going to be able to receive, if not just one of these, but both of these during this October. You're going to start seeing the glimpses of your abundance coming in for you, whatever that might mean to you. Monetary prosperity, a closer connection with family members, a closer relationship with someone in particular, or someone that you've had your eye on for some time. You're going to get the opportunity to speak to them. And that's because you've been looking in the mirror. At some point or another, you decided to listen to yourself and say, okay, these things are happening because of things that I have done, you know. And we all go through tests and trials, and sometimes we have to suffer, and we have to, you know, go through things that aren't fun for us to reach this soul level. And I think you are just beginning to glimpse this soul level of things, pile number one. So congratulations. The message from Beyond the Veil is keep going. That is the main message that is here, because I think that you have quite a lot of spiritual endowment waiting to come into you. If you look at this card here, I said there wasn't much cosmic energy, but this card in particular just screams cosmic energy to me. So if you resonate as being a starseed, yes, this message is for you. So all of those spiritual gifts, all of those things that you've learned in previous lifetimes are going to start coming online for you. I'm seeing these as the moon cycles here too. So the next 4 moon cycles might be really relevant to you. So the next 4 months in particular are going to be really poignant for you. So be on, I'm hearing be on best behavior and be on high alert. You might have a connection to pile 3 also, just from the rune that I know what that means. So you might want to go ahead and watch pile 3 after this one, also pile number 1. But your guides are saying that it's now time to receive, but you have to tread lightly. You have to remember to keep your waters pure. It's like to keep everything balanced. There's something in you treading lightly with a certain person or a certain situation and making sure that you are remaining balanced within yourself. I think that you are coming out of something where you lose yourself in people. Pile 1, it's like you lose your center. You find it easy to lose your center when you're around someone, or if you're in a relationship. I think that's something that you've been trying to heal, codependency, things of that nature. So your guides and everyone beyond the veil are saying congratulations, but the work isn't over yet. And this is a message that, you know, I often receive, and it does infuriate me. So I'm really sorry that I'm having to give it to you, because it really does pee me off when I get messages like that. It's like, okay, where's the good part in this then, you know? But it's not that you're not going to receive amazing things, but it's how you manage those things. It's like with having a lot of spiritual endowment, like, you know, that comes at a price. You have to make sure that you are thinking for the highest good of humanity, that you are thinking for the highest good of humankind. And I know that sounds extreme, but it really isn't. A message that I got this morning from my ancestors was just how important my life is, you know, especially being a starseed. And your life's important too. Everyone's life is important, you know, and we think that we're here living small, or a lot of us do, but we're soon going to all come into the understanding of just how special we are and just how relevant we are to the entire world and also to the entire cosmos, you know. There's really something about the moon cycles here for you and being really important. The next 4 months, if you don't follow up on cyclical living, that might be something that you want to start embarking on, looking at how to live more in alignment with the moon cycles, new moons, full moons, how to work them in your favor. Yeah, because you're going to be new to the spiritual realm, but there's so many tips and tricks and little ways that you can just make your life easier, pile number 1. I'm seeing this scarab beetle here, so please research ancient Egypt. You might look into working with Mother Rose. That is something else that is calling out to me. And looking at the pagan seasons too, that might be really relevant to you. You might have some soul remembrance in that, and also anything connected to Christ consciousness, you know. You might have come from a Catholic background. I always see these as rosary beads now, after a particular reading that I did. So maybe you came from that reading a few weeks ago and you're back again. That is just confirmation that you are in the right place. So thank you so much for coming back. You might love the colour pink also. That is just confirmation for you. Or you like baby blue also. Or Someone might want someone to call them baby blue. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but that's just a message for someone. That's so funny. This is very specific, but you you might want to have a Pleiadian baby with someone. That is a very specific message only for my potential Pleiadian babies watching this, but it really feels like one person in particular. So yeah, take that as it resonates. If that is what you're wanting, know that that is possible. With this union card here, that's coming through really strongly, and you could be male or female with that message. But I'm staring at this female here, so yeah, I think this is a message for a female. You can have your blue Pleiadian babies. Don't worry about that, okay? There could be travel soon for you, pile number 1. Yeah, you might be stepping foot in a new country soon. That's only going to resonate for some of you. Yeah, but this is a message of they're proud of you. Your ancestors, your guides, your people are very proud of you, and they are wanting you to have the best, to receive the best, to gain only the best. So don't worry, that is going to happen as long as you keep doing all the things that you need to do. It's like making sure that you are sticking to I heard a strict daily routine for you. So for some of you, you really need to get back to a strict daily routine right now. But for others, it's just making sure that you are keeping in balance, remaining in balance. I think that some of you might have struggled with lower vibrational energies, and you're now stepping into this pure waters. You feel clear of mind, you feel clear of heart, and you have reversed a lot of karmic debt, and you have also come into balance with self. So your guides are wanting to remind you that just to keep up that work, because if we don't, things can slip. You have to make sure that you are doing what you can, when you can, for yourself. Meditating, exercising, eating the right foods, drinking enough water, all these simple things actually have a huge effect on us and our vessel, so make sure that you are getting out and getting enough sunlight if you can. I know it's harder in these darker winter months, so please make sure that you are going into some nature too. There's a lot of nature walks that could be had, that's really going to help you unlock the spiritual gifts too. Pile number 1, if you can get out in nature and just be with self, or with others, that's absolutely fine. But if you can just get a quiet moment just to be with nature and be as one with nature, that's really going to help you along in this journey, and you will start to feel these gifts coming online for you. I think you've already just started to feel the glimpses, but there's so much more to come. Pile 1, it's like, I feel how powerful you are, but it's like, you're coming nose to nose with your true self. It's like you've started to look in the mirror and you've stopped projecting on others, and now you're starting to see yourself. And I think you've been doing a lot of self-care, a lot of self-love work, a lot of self-worth work, and that's really been boding well for you. And now you're going to be able to see through the mirror, through to your true self, and all of your gifts are going to come online, which is such a beautiful message. So congratulations, pile number 1. But just make sure that you are doing everything you know you should be doing and keeping up. I heard keeping up appearances, so maybe you've slacked on keeping your appearance looking sharp, and that is not to, I don't know, say you have to look a certain way, but I think it's making you feel down that you haven't been looking after yourself in a certain way. So your guides are bringing that to the forefront to say, okay, do this for yourself, brush your hair today, have a shower today. put on a little bit of makeup today, even if you're not leaving the house. Sometimes we need that little extra boost, you know, just to give us that drive to get through the day. And there's no ego in that. It's okay to want to look good and to feel good and to smell good. Yeah, someone really needs to take a shower or a bath. Bless you. You've been stuck in a really dim place, I think. A small portion of you of this. Sorry, that's my guinea pigs. So please make sure that you're doing everything that makes you feel good and makes you want to look in the mirror. If you're still going through this phase of working on your self-worth, stand and look in the mirror. Stand and look at yourself naked and say positive affirmations to yourself, because your guides want you to see yourself exactly how they see you, and that is beautiful, and you are beautiful, Power One, inside and out. And I think that you've been through a lot, a lot, and you now understand why you had to, and you are working on these things to keep your waters pure. And I know that you will try really hard to keep everything in balance, but this is just a warning and a reminder from your guides to do that, so you can have everything that you want, because otherwise it won't come into fruition the way that you would like it to, Pile One. So please do heed that warning and that call. Tread carefully, and you can have everything. And that is the same message to anyone out there that is on a spiritual path. You know, I myself, I have to keep a watch on myself 24 hours of the day. I'm like I'm my own worst spirit guide. That's what my guides tell me, you know, like I'm pretty strict on myself, and I know I am, but I'm quite glad for that, because I know if I wasn't, then I wouldn't be sat doing what I'm doing today and experiencing all the amazing things that I experienced. So I'm quite glad that I'm pretty strict. But I now know when I can relax, you know. So know that it's not all going to be hard work and no play. You will have that playtime. I have that playtime, you know, but I also know when I need to buckle up and just do all the things that I need to get done. Personal work for others, work for humanity, and you're coming into the understanding of the difference of all those things, which is such a beautiful place to be. So congratulations, Pile Number One. If you would like to work with me, I am an energy worker. I'm a Reiki master, so please do reach out to me. All my links will be in the description below. Or if you'd like to have an extended part of this message, you can also book in for a private reading too. Thank you, Pile One. Hello, Pile 2, this is your reading. So the first thing I want to talk about is your rune today, which is Pothra, which stands for destiny. So this rune is all about fortune. It is known as the Gambler's rune. And this is quite relevant to the message that was just in Pile number 1, actually. And it's about being careful what you do with a certain situation. With regards to anything in your life right now, it's like you are given lemons, so either you can keep it sour or make lemonade from those lemons. That's why it's Look of Destiny, the rune of Look in Destiny, sorry, because it's up to you how a certain situation goes, and there seems like a specific situation that is really important to you, Pile 2. And I actually said Pile 3 to number 1, but I meant Pile 2. So if you've come to Pile 2 from Pile 1, then you're correct and I'm incorrect. You need to watch Pile 2, not Pile 3. My apologies. And what the situation is going to differ for a lot of you. It could be relationship, it could be a situation at work, it could be your finances, it could be a relationship at home, you know, a new friend, business, partnership, or it could be all three, a relationship and a business partnership in one. So make sure that you are treading lightly. That is the first message coming through for pile number 2. But let's see what cards you've got. Hasmed, Angel of Annihilation. I love this card. I think I've only pulled it once before, and I'm in love. Yeah, that's such a stunning card. Water and cleansing. Homebound and Foundation is in reverse. Ooh, Black Cat and Good Luck is also in reverse. I'm going to move these over slightly. And the last card I've got to you, I relate in peace. I heard peace be with you and also with you, which is from my Catholic days. I went to Catholic school, if some of you don't know that. Yeah, there's something. I'm going to read what the Angelarium card is first. I'm going to do that for all the piles, it seems. So give me a minute, pile number 2, else I find this card. Hasmed, Annihilation. I really don't like it when cards aren't numbered or ordered, and this is what these Angelarium cards are, so please bear with me. Okay, the Unmaker, a terrible sight to behold, the void eating itself and making itself anew. That which should no longer exist is unmade by Hasmed's hand. There is something that needs to be removed. Look upon that which should not be and lose it from existence. A hood, a glimpse, an empty field. Ooh, that felt strong, pile 2. And either you are just coming into the understanding of something that which needed to be released from your life, or you've already come through this energy. And like I was saying at the beginning in the intro, if you missed that is what bloodstone is. Bloodstone removes toxins from the blood, but I was hearing the calling that it was meant like a toxic relationship, toxic people, toxic situation. And if you've come from pile number 1, you've released something from your life that was toxic, which is now why you can come into full alignment with all these beautiful things that you want to experience. Now, with the rune of Pithra and destiny, it is your destiny to have a strong foundation. I think that some of you have really released a lot during the past few moon cycles or the past few months, however you want to call it. But I think something that was tempting you for the longest time has now been removed, and you are starting to understand just how detrimental that relationship, that situation was to who you are as a soul. And now you're coming into all of your good fortune, pile number 2. But again, things just aren't going to be handed to you on a plate. I mean, I think that you are going to have quite a lot of good luck coming in, but it's going to depend how you fit all of the pieces together in the next part of your life. There's going to be a lot of jigsaw pieces coming together for you to work with, but it's going to be up to you to know how to fit them together and not to be afraid of everything that is coming in for you. I feel a lot of my own energy in this pile number 2, and sometimes it can feel quite weighty, you know, to make a decision on things in your life, especially if you class yourself as a spiritual person, however that might look for you. You might be Catholic, you might be pagan, you might be of the understanding of the Magdala Templar, a goddess of that, worship goddess and deities rather than anything else. You might consider yourself a master of universes. I don't know who you are, but I'd love to know you. That sounds incredible. Where do I join? And to make a decision feels so definite sometimes, you know, and once you come into the understanding of that your own ideas, your own footing on this world has a grave impact, it can feel quite weighty to make a decision. And I think you're terrified of making the wrong decision, pile number 2. But your guides and everyone beyond the veil are here to tell you that you are so equipped to jump into this new part of your life. Either this is going to be in a relationship with someone that you really care about. I think there's something that you've been wanting for some time, a certain relationship to come in, or a certain big move, you know. You might be moving from one country to another, you might be looking for a place to call home, setting foundations, and you don't want to drown is the main message that's coming through. It's like, you know that you have a lot coming in. I think you're of the understanding that because you've let go of these toxic situations, that a lot is going to come in for you, and you're a little bit fearful of that. But your guides and everyone beyond the veil is wanting to tell you that luck is on your side. They are on your side. Call in them for help. With all these stars here, it's like, if you consider yourself to be a starseed, call out for your soul's gifts, you know, to help you. Call out for your ancestors from the cosmos. Call out for your ancestors and anyone beyond the veil this month. That the veil is so thin, it's basically non-existent throughout the entirety of October. Pile number 2. So please tap into that energy, sit and be with yourself and be with those that you trust. I think some of you have a place that you call home, or have a place that you would consider to be safe for you in these spiritual realms, in these cosmic realms. Make sure you're tapping into what feels safe to you and what feels comforting and what you think is going to bring you the most clarity. I'm sat here with 2 clear quartz crystals in my pockets, and I've been doing that for the past, I think maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I've just had clear quartz on me as much as I could, because I was just looking for major clarity on so many things in my life. And lo and behold, the last day of, well, the day before the end of retrograde, it was like everything just clicked into place, and I started to be able to see things a lot clearer. And I think you're coming into that. It's like you've just started to cleanse your mind. Maybe you have suffered with like constant chatter of the mind. You've just started to cleanse that, and you are now being put in a position where you can maneuver things at your will. You're very spiritually endowed, cosmic pile. Again, pile number 2. You might have come from pile number 1, but there's something about you that makes me think you always end up landing on your feet some way, somehow. And that's no coincidence, you know. It's like luck. Being a lucky person is like, I've definitely changed my way of how I consider luck, you know. It's like these lucky people, there has been a lot of work behind the scenes to get them to where they are. And if it looks like on the outside that they are just lucky, you might want to delve in and see what this person's been doing behind the scenes to gain this wealth that you might see them have. Granted that some things just happen and miracles can happen every day, but it's mostly for those that work hard in some way or another, in ways that you might not even realize, in ways that you're not even aware of. So if you consider yourself to be lucky, it's because you've worked hard somewhere. This might have been a past life. This might have been this incarnation. You might be a starseed, and the fact that you are just here living now means that you are doing, you know, source work. You're doing God's work just by existing. So take that into consideration, pile 2, that everything that you're wanting to be gifted, you deserve it. I think some of you are feeling not worthy, and maybe these toxic situations are lingering. Someone told you that you couldn't have something, or that you weren't worth something, or something wasn't for you, and your guides, your people beyond the veil, I heard Auntie Sue is telling you that you are worthy. So please listen to that. And Auntie Sue, whoever that is relevant for, that's so sweet. I really hope that message is received well for whoever that is for. You deserve it, pile 2. If you've come from pile 1, you've worked really hard, and this is the situation you will be in if you continue to work on yourself. And there's so much waiting to come in for you, pile 2. I think that is something that your people want to stress beyond the veil. Is like, you have no idea of what's ahead for you, because you pulled away from these toxic situations, because you pulled away from this toxic person. It's like you are water. If you resonate as being a female, whatever that looks like to you, it's like you are a goddess. Male or female, you are a goddess. There's something about you that, yeah, it's like you turn water into wine. Or yeah, you're just like a drink that people just keep wanting to sip. There's something about you that lingers, pile 2, and people can't get enough of you and your energy. And perhaps some of you aren't in awareness of that yet, but you're coming into that. As soon as you work through these toxic energies that are still lingering, you're going to feel this cleansing power that you have, and you're going to realize that the universe is in your hands, basically, pile 2. That is what this card is about. The universe is in your hands, and your universe is in your hands. You know, you get to decide how you want to play from now on. And either you've had 9 lives, or you believed you had 9 lives, and on the 8th one you decided to change things. So congratulations, pile number 2. That is something else that your guides are wanting to point out. You might consider yourself to be a golden one. I'm just seeing the gold there. You might have worked a lot on your solar plexus chakra, or if you haven't yet, that is something that's been highlighted to you. Those lower base chakras, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, and also the root chakra, are very substantial chakras to work with, to help you solidify who you are this lifetime. That will help anchor you to the ground, to the earth, to your foundations of who you are. So if you would like to work with me for some energy work, my links are in the description below. But there's something about you that is pure and golden and seamless. It's something about you that, yeah, you just run pure, pile number 2. And either you worked on this, or this is just who you've been from day one, and these people snuck in and they used you. You know, they used your pure heart, they used your pure mind, and they tried to take it for their own, I'm hearing, but you saw through it in the end. And congratulations. And know, if this has taken you some time, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up. It's because you are so pure that you didn't want to see the truth of these situations or these people. But it's because you don't like to think ill of anyone. So it took you a while to see through the facade. And congratulations, pile 2. You're at the start of a new life, a new world for yourself. If you are this master of universes, the whole spectrum of everything is going to open up for you soon, and you are going to be dropped into a wormhole of abundance and wealth. And good luck. You might see a lot of black cats. You might own a black cat. You might resonate as being a witch of some sort. You might like to write incantations and spells. There is a lot. there's a big presence to this pile. I feel like a lot of people are here wanting to come through, wanting to give messages, and I'm trying to get a collective message for everyone in pile 2. But you are so protected, pile 2. I can't tell you how closely your ancestors and your guides work with you. It's like they are stood behind me, they are at the side of me, they it's like they're wanting to claw in to just tell you, you know, face to face, how proud of you they are and how amazing you are and how beautiful and lucky, and everything's going to be okay, pile 2. I think some of you are worrying about the future, and there's nothing to worry about. You're well equipped to have the most beautiful life if you continue to be pure, if you continue to keep a steady footing. Like, move like a cat, pile 2. Move like a cat and you can't go wrong. Sturdy, strong, agile, you know, can move in day or night. Like, it's like a cat's equipped to be savvy, you know. You're a street cat, pile 2. I'm being brought to Aristocats and Thomas O'Malley. You're a street cat, and it's like you've always survived. No matter what's happened to you, no matter how treacherous this terrain has got, you've always survived, and you've always you've always waded your way through. Again, the water reference, you've always waded your way through the water, and now you're being allowed to swim. It's like you're now jumping into the ocean of everything, and you're now being let out to swim. You might resonate with Atlantis, or being a mermaid or a nymph. Yeah, you're allowed to swim. There's a beautiful song about water that I will link. If I don't link this song, please someone message me and remind me to link the song about water. Be Like Water is the name of the song. Be Like Water. So remind me of that. Be like water, and I will remember. You should be really proud of yourself, pile number 2. And use this time to praise you. If there's no one in your corner that is praising you, praise yourself, you know. I mean, we have all these people across the veil, but sometimes you can't feel them yet, or you're not as highly tapped in that way. So praise yourself, treat yourself, celebrate the small wins. You might just be at the start of your journey, so know that you've come a long way. You might feel like you have a long way to go. You might want to research ancient Egypt as well. But you have fought so hard to be where you are right now, pile 2, and your guides and everyone else that is here, what feels like thousands of ancestors and guardians that are here for everyone watching this. It's like they are here beaming with smiles and wide eyes and just praise for you and love for you and support for you, and thanks for everything that you have done for yourself and for the destiny of this planet. Some of you are really powerful, and you're going to do amazing things this lifetime because you have in lifetimes before, but you just had to get over this hurdle of this pain, and you have annihilated all those things that were trying to take you down with such force. So congratulations, pile 2. You might want to look at working with amethyst. The color purple it might be a favorite film of yours, but it also is going to be really healing for you too. So water, the color purple, working on those lower base chakras, the root chakra, sacral, and solar plexus. Again, I am a Reiki master if you would like to work with me. Thank you, gorgeous pile number 2. You're very special, pile 2. Very, very special indeed. I'm here to praise you, even if you can't yet. Hello, pile 3. This is your reading. 44:14 on the clock. Yeah, you're the first pile that I've called out numbers to. Interesting. Maybe you love an angel number, or you've been seeing a lot of angel numbers. So the rune that I've got for you is Berkana and Birch, which is related to the Birch goddess, which is the goddess of springtime, of harvest, you know, I can't remember her name. Astaroth, I think her name is. Don't quote me if I've butchered that, but my brain, I've already done 2 piles, and there's been a lot of people coming in. So look up the birch goddess, because that's going to be relevant for you. But it's all about fertility, liberation of spirit, the physical and metaphorical understanding of growth and birth and prosperity and regeneration, and what that might mean for you. I feel like there's mixed energies in this card, so I'm not going to say too much before I pull the cards. So the first card of you I've got is Tefret and Heart and Beauty in reverse, and I'm going to keep it as such. Yes, goddess, lady goddess, the feminine. Mother Rose here to say hello. Virgin Mary, Mary Magdalene, always come to mind with that. Aphrodite also here. Aura and observation is also in reverse. I am forgiving. Mother Rose coming back again with a feather. I love that. This is such a cosmic card to me, so I might have some star seeds. Some Andromeda energy coming through, and Orion, actually. I praise the gods. I praise the goddess and the god. Yeah, there's something about deities that is really relevant to you. Pile number 3. If you don't work with deities or gods yet, you might want to start that work, because you're going to gain a lot from it. The information coming from the other realm is that you're drawing in a lot at the moment, pile number 3. I think you've been doing a lot of shadow work. I see this as my shadow work card whenever I pull it. You might be my person that wears drag makeup or 80s makeup. It's been a while since I've had that message come through, so welcome back if you are that person. You've been getting in touch with your heart space, and your guides are wanting to congratulate you on that. I think you've been trying to blossom with yourself for such time. You've been working with cosmic energies. You've been working with the moon cycles. If you are not a feminine watching this pile, I would be very surprised. There's a lot of feminine energy. However that might resonate for you. You might have a lot of feminine attributes. You might be very physically curvaceous, or you just embody that goddess energy. You command attention, pile 3. Anyone that is watching this pile, you command attention, and maybe you don't see that of yourself yet. Yeah, with the aura in reverse, it's like you don't know the energy that you give off. I think that you've been stuck in this shadow work aspect for some time, or you've been doing a lot of introspective work, so you can't see who you've now become, and your guides are wanting to tell you that you have become this person with such a beautiful aura. Even if you don't resonate as being a feminine, you have that feminine wildly about you. So you might be a masculine, that is quite softly spoken, or you have quite a delicate frame, or you have a frame where why am I being drawn to that, where you have your where you're like where you're well endowed, and people can just see that on you. That's so someone's guides are really funny. And yeah, you just give off BDE, Some of you are aware of it. This person that's guys are really funny. Like, that you give off that energy and you relish in that, and your guides are saying, yes, you're fine, keep doing what you're doing. But there's someone out there, there's some of you out there don't understand how the gravity that you hold and how stunning you are and how alluring you are. Yes, alluring is the word that I was missing. It's like, even if it's not in a sexual way, but for a lot of you, it's like you have sexual prowess, you know, but you are alluring to people. People are drawn into you. And for some of you, it's because you're so pure of heart and soul. And I think because you worked on a lot of shadow self and a lot of lower energies, I think you've forgotten how to shine in this way. I think you might be afraid to shine in this way because you don't want to... It feels like giving in to lower natures, but it's like, it's not, you know. We are here to be adored. We are here to be... we're here to be gorged on, I'm hearing. So some of you out there, you're really suppressing some sexual energy that needs to be released in the most healthy way for you, however that might look, you know, and making sure that you are interacting with the right people. But it's like, it's okay to be in that energy. It's okay to have that in mind when you are, I don't know, dating again for the first time or wanting to connect with people. It's like, it's okay to go on the prowl, I'm hearing, you know, in the most respectful way possible. But it's okay to delve into that energy. There is such power and creative force in that energy too, which links back to this Berkana and Birch energy, you know, with fertility. And yeah, for some of you, it's really going to liberate your soul if you can get into a sexual space, either with yourself or with someone else that you trust. I feel like there's going to be a releasing of some, like, yeah, some stored energy, some energy that you just don't need anymore. It's like it might unleash this, like, the past pains that you've had, which I know seems quite a strange message, and only take this if this resonates, but for some of you, this is going to make complete sense. It's like, for you to be able to open up to such a level, you know that it's going to mean that you have healed an awful lot, and you know, you deserve to be in that space. You deserve to feel comfortable and confident about yourself in that space, because we are all beautiful, you know, and we're here to explore that. It's such a beautiful part of being on this planet, is being able to explore that nature of ourselves, you know, in the most purest of form. You know, there's such energy to be built and created with someone in that. And for some of you, if you're entering into a new relationship and you consider yourself to be quite spiritual, you might want to look at, what are the words I'm looking for? You might want to look into working with sex magic with this person, because it's going to be on fire between the two of you, and it will be really beneficial for you both if you can work in that space together, as well as enjoy each other. It's like, that's a really potent place to set manifestation some way, somehow, or set things into motion, you know, in some way, somehow, however that might work for you. Having things in mind before things kick off, I'm hearing, will be a great way to set the intention before the release. Is the most PG words I can probably try and phrase that, but we all know what I'm talking about. I'm going to read the Tetref card, because that is still in... Tefret. I'm not sure how you say that. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. Whoever would like to comment in the comment section and let me know that I'm wrong, please do, because I would like to know how to pronounce that properly. So, heart and beauty, the sixth emanation, the temperate force that allows the rest of the emanations to coexist in beauty and harmony. Tiferet is without extremes or absolutes. As each other aspect rages around him, he neither yields nor resists. He is the equilibrium that exists between the forces. He is the guarding hand that braces against the many aspects of the tree of graceful tree to gracefully bring them towards one another. The yellow orb brings balance to the universe, for in the midpoint between Keter and Malkuth. I mentioned those two in pile number 1, I think. He defines the pillar of balance at the glowing center of the tree and the midpoint between all its relationships. He distributes energy from each emanation back across its path. It's a careful balancing act, incorporating such extreme opposites, but this is the nature of the tree as a whole. Tefret mirrors the structure of the tree, existing as a microcosm of the whole. Air, art, health, community. I said air, so you might be an air sign. Okay, so yeah, what is wanting to come in for you is complete utter balance and liberation of self, and understanding that yes, you affect a lot of people. Pile number 3. It's like people don't forget meeting you. There's something about you that, like I said, that lingers. There's something about your aura. People are drawn to you and they're not even sure why. There's just something about you. So you might resonate as being a starseed. You know, you have the extra little glimmer in your eye that people can't place. It's like they know that you're... Some of you might consider yourselves to be otherworldly. We did have that Andromeda energy, Orion energy coming through. You might be a Pleiadian also. That's also coming through. You might love thunder and lightning, and yes, again, to set intentions with the weather. Thunder and lightning is a great time to put manifestations in. It's like that energy is a continuation of a rumble, you know, of a readiness to be in alignment with manifestation. If you know when a thunderstorm's coming, you can set manifestations in that thunderstorm, and that will set a rumble through the entire, you know, universe for you to receive those. So that might only resonate for some of you. But yeah, there's something about this season of October being so beneficial for you and your manifestations, because you've come into such alignment with self. 59 the clock there, because you have been listening to that calling from your goddesses and gods, and you've been looking towards the light of source for some time. Pile 3, you've really been wanting to receive the balance that you are at exactly where you are right now, and I think you aren't even in awareness that you are in this balance right now, because you've just been working so solidly of yourself. So the main message of this reading is that you are in full alignment to receive your full abundance of this lifetime. If you carry on doing everything the way you are, exactly as you are right now, obviously setting manifestations for other things also, but you're going to receive everything that you want from this life, because you've worked so hard to get to where you are right now, and you are in full fertile void, you know. Maybe you've been in this void, maybe you feel like you've been in the darkness sometime, but the light is going to start shining through for you, because you've been forgiving others, you've been forgiving yourself, you've been forgiving... I'm hearing the tough hand you've been dealt, because you know that it's been for your own good, and you can now see the benefits of those things. And because you're coming into the understanding of gratitude, you might have started a gratitude practice. I'd be really surprised if you haven't, but if you haven't, starting a gratitude practice will really help your manifestations come into alignment, because you're already grateful for everything that you have, so the universe can give you that much more. Your guides, your guardians want you to be endowed with this heart and beauty of everything, and for you to reach that level of trust with them, to know your power and your worth. And yeah, this hand here, it's like you are touched by the divine. Pile 3, like you are so protected, you are so loved, not just by the other realm, but people on this physical plane of existence. Like, people adore you. Pile 3, like they really love spending time with you, and you have no idea of that. Like, you have no idea of how amazing you make people feel after spending time with you, and they never forget you, they never will forget you. It's like you touch people's hearts, because you are so soft, so pure, and just loving. You have a really loving nature, real nurturing nature to you, and yeah, you speak straight from the heart, and people can see that. Pile number 3, people can see how how honest you are. You have an honest heart. You have, yeah, if they weighed your heart now, you'd be going straight to heaven. You know, is what I'm hearing. It's like, yeah, you're the purest of pure. I'm hearing you melt like butter. Yeah, this sexual energy, like pile number 3, I'm sorry, but you're sexy. The end. Like, you're just going to have to accept it. Yeah, it just keeps coming through. Like, and if you don't know it, please start working on that, because you deserve to feel it. It's like, I think there's a misconception of sex and sexuality and where it's not allowed to coexist, but it's so combined. Like, my guides activated my sacral chakra for me. I was like walking around for days just like, what is going on? I am on heat, you know. And it was like, come on, you need to get this side of you back. And I was like, okay. I wasn't prepared for that. I'm coming from a Catholic background. That was such a weird space to be in, you know, and lots of conflicting messages in that realm. So I've had to really rewire my thinking towards sexuality, sex in general, and also to bring it back to this new level of understanding that I have for cosmic energy and everything else in the universe. It's like I have a whole new understanding of what sex means, and I'm very grateful to that. And it is such a beautiful thing to explore in a safe realm, you know. But please explore it. That is something that's coming through so strongly beyond the veil. It's like, please let yourself be please let yourself be deflowered, is what I'm hearing. And in the most beautiful way, pile 3, you know. It's like, you know what that means to you. This message is a message coming from such a heartfelt space, you know. It's like your guides are saying, go on, you deserve to feel good, you deserve to feel loved, you deserve to be appreciated. Let yourself be loved by others. And for some of you, it might not be a sexual connection. It might just be letting yourself feel worthy, letting yourself feel appreciated and accepted and loved in other ways, you know. It doesn't all have to be just that, but it's about allowing yourself to feel that nature of you. The color violet might be, the violet's going to be really important to you. You might have someone called Violet in your life, but if you can get violet around you, that's going to be really important. Maybe like a violet light. That will be really healing for you in that space. And also sacral chakra energy. I am a Reiki master, so please do let me know if you would like to work with me and Mother Rose and Mary Magdalene in that space. That is something that I do. I think that's it, pile number 3. There's just this. I was just staring at this card the whole time I was saying this. So you might want to work with Aphrodite if you're struggling in that realm. Call out to Aphrodite. She would like to be with you in that space, and also Mary Magdalene. If you screenshot this card and meditate on this card, I'm going to put some Reiki energy in there to heal your heart chakra and also your sacral chakra. So please feel free to do that. You will receive that clearing of that space for you. But please make sure to drink a lot of water after you do receive this energy boost. Also, you might want to look at my Mary Magdalene initiation ceremony and clearing. I will link that in the description below too. But that's it, pile 3. You're so beautiful and you deserve to feel beautiful. So allow yourself to be blessed by others. People want to come in for you. Let them help you, whatever that looks like for you. A helping hand, I'm hearing, in all the different ways that could be. Let them. Obviously be discerning of who you're letting touch your body, be around your body, but there's people that want to come in and love you. Being drawn to this card, such a stunning card. There's someone that wants to touch your heart, so let them. Pile 3. Thank you so much for your energy. If you would like to work with me, all my links are in the description below. But enjoy October, pile 3. It's your time to shine.